So when I first started talking about spiritual things more, and I became more open, not only with but using spiritual gifts, and when I built my website and things, I started, talking about it. I had a lot of friends who were supportive, and I had some more who distanced themselves, and I understood that. Also, it's kind of expected, and that's alright. Because it is really true. Some people are with us for seasons. So throughout my life, I mean, as an adult, I obviously, I've been a hairdresser for 21 years. I've also had a lot of side jobs. I've done lots of things. I was an instructor at a modeling and acting agency school. I sold mobile homes. I was a romance consultant. I've done a lot of things on the side, okay? And every single one of them, I was dealing with like people one-on-one. So I'm grateful I've been able to talk to many different kinds of people and have a lot of one-on-ones with others. I've learned a lot about people through all of that. And the spiritual things and the gifts and the way that Spirit or God uses me has always been incorporated into every single one of those jobs. And sometimes at the grocery store, just whenever, I'm guided to tell someone something, a word per se for them, I do it. It's anywhere. It could happen anywhere. But the different jobs that I had and the things that I did were very good tools in order to do that, or opportunities. And it doesn't come from my brain. Like it's not something I'm thinking about logically. So I'm just guided by like my soul. Okay, like I live my life like very intuitively. Of course, there has to be some logic there, like we live in the world, but I very much live my life intuitively, based on my intuition. And I generally do not make decisions without consulting like spiritually first. Anyway, when I started being more open about it though, I faced some adversity, yeah. So I think the first one was at my job. And I am pretty like communicative, I'm pretty expressive with others, but I don't really talk about personal things that much, like my personal life very much. I just don't. If you meet me, it seems like I'm an open book, but I'm not. Most people don't know anything about my personal life at all. Past or present, I don't feel the need to really talk about it to a lot of people. If I feel the need to, then I'll do it, but typically I don't. So, for instance, I was talking to one of my coworkers about something. I forget what it was about. If it was about something spiritual, I don't remember. And she said, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you're following God." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" And I said, God is with me all the time. And she's like, I don't know, that scares me. Okay. And this is coming from someone who, like, I used to go to the same church as her and stuff. And let me tell you something. After that, I just, like, I went into this probably 2 week hibernation. I still went to work and stuff, but I spent most of my free time alone and just digging deep inside of myself to decide whether, like, that was my truth, you know? Just, like, was I following God? Like, that kind of thing, right? And I searched every inch of myself. And then I had a client, I was doing her hair, and in the middle of us talking, listen, I don't push my stuff out on people, or onto people. I don't try to make them believe. But if someone asks me a question, I'm going to talk about it and explain it in the best way that I think they might understand. And I don't even remember what we were talking about. Again, I don't remember. I just remember what she said. So she turned around, she paused in the middle of my doing her hair, and she turned all the way around and she said, wait a minute, Dana, do you have our Lord Jesus Christ in your heart? And I said, yes. And she said, so you believe that Jesus died and came back to life 3 days later? And I said, yes. I said, did you just test me for demons? And she's like, well, you never know. I had so many things I wanted to say, but I didn't, because I realized that, I don't know, a lot of you have probably heard this saying, but people can only understand you from their level of perception. And I don't mean that in any way condescending at all, or I'm higher, or she's lower, or anything like that. It just means that a lot of people haven't explored higher levels than what other people are teaching them, or from higher levels or deeper levels than what they've heard their whole life. And I get that. So I didn't say anything else. She ended up coming back and apologizing to me. But those 2 instances, and then a couple of more, I'm grateful for that. Those 2 and the others, because I don't think that I would be able to sit here and be completely sure of my truth and who I follow and what's within me, and the truth of my own self. Hi. If I didn't take that chance to search so deeply within. I don't want to say I took it personal, but I kind of did. Especially when it's people you know. Just why would they think that about me? Like, kind of thing. But I've gotten way past that now, honestly, because the only thing that truly matters now, I know, is like what I know about myself, you know, and what my higher powers know. Because I'm not here to impress anyone. You know, I'm not here to compete with anybody. I am my own competition. And the only thing guiding me is my higher powers. Okay, and I realize that when I say that, people automatically, their minds go to something else. You know, something they heard from somebody, or some assumption they made from something they read. And I get that. I get that. But don't ask somebody, like, don't assume somebody has demons, so you're not going to talk to them, when like 2 weeks later you're going to be overheard gossiping about everybody. Because I don't gossip about anybody. Why? Because that's not the God I follow. That's negative energy that you're sending out to people and others. Like, it's very dense. It's energies of thoughts, and words are masses of energy. And they're either full of light or they're full of darkness or denseness, okay? And you're literally like catapulting it towards others. And sometimes, like, eventually it does come back to you. You know, that's what I say, you know, the tongue is a two-edged sword. It can speak of life or death, you know? Okay. And then, and then my, like, spirituality was literally put on the stand, okay? For a court situation. It was on a list of allegations regarding the custody of my daughter. Okay? Yeah, so that was literally questioned and a point of deliberation regarding custody of my child. Then I was seeing someone, and his ex-wife did not, I want to say, agree to my beliefs or spirituality, but I also want to correct it with understand. And, you know, he received some ultimatums regarding his child, and I wouldn't want my relationship with my child to be hung in the balance. So, needless to say, that didn't work out. I've had clients for whom I've done hair for years, you know, that I used to go to church with and stuff, stop coming to me. No questions asked, just yeah. So, standing in your truth and speaking your truth, and especially when it comes to this kind of thing, when you are in an area that is hindered when it comes to rising and ascending and evolving. It takes a lot of courage. Not only courage, but it takes really knowing yourself. Really getting to know yourself. Because, especially if you're a spiritual teacher, because I don't want to be teaching people the wrong things or the things that are not my truth. No, you know, if people look up to you, and whether you know it or not, a lot of people are inspired by you, things you do, things you say, and they're influenced by that. There was a time where I didn't realize that people were inspired and were actually following what I was talking about. And, you know, I was praying about that, you know, and like then I was shown that they were. I was like, wow, okay. You know, it kind of makes you watch your words a lot more. But it also makes you really dig deep to make sure that's what you want to be guiding them to do, or how you want to be teaching them, or how you want to be inspiring them. You know, if you notice that people are influenced by you, whether that's copying your haircut or asking you questions, important questions, for advice, especially regarding their lives or their relationship and things of that nature that are very important, finding their purpose, anything really. If people are guided to you to anything that has to do with their lives and what they should do, and they follow your advice, if you're influential like that, and gosh, that's loud. If you're influential like that, it is vital that you are sure of how you're leading them and how you're advising them, okay? And if you don't know what to tell them or how to guide them, especially, you know, after they've prayed about it or asked for guidance and stuff and they're not hearing anything, and helping them learn how to hear better, and you still don't know really what to tell them, don't make anything up. You know, because if people are coming to you, they believe in you, and you have to know your truth, and you have to know that you're listening and being guided by positive forces. There are forces in this world. You know, I talk about trajectories, okay? There's different trajectories. And to me, in the simplest terms, the most root explanation of it is love and fear. And a lot of people in this world are following that trajectory of fear, and a lot of them don't even know it. I want to say sometimes going to work, doing things you don't want to do because you're afraid of losing something, that's living your life in fear. Now, that doesn't mean don't, take care of your responsibilities and stuff like that, but do try to find a way to enjoy your life. Because if not, you are following that trajectory of fear. So every person who ran instead of, listening to learn or even at least gather their own opinions, were they were choosing fear. Okay, now I'm not saying the people that were in opposition to me had to believe what I was saying or had to follow what I was saying, but you can learn a lot through just listening to other people and gathering information to form your own opinions rather than just making assumptions right off the bat. Because if when you are able to open your mind and take in different perspectives and listen to and learn about all kinds of different viewpoints and experiences, you can gain a lot of knowledge that way. And it's a gift. It's a gift to be able to learn a lot from a lot of different avenues and a lot of different people and experiences. That's how you grow. that's how you grow, and that's the trajectory of love, because it's not only love for others, but it's love for yourself, and it's love for God, really. Just the beauty of the diversity of others. It's beautiful how diverse we all are, and the world, like in the universe itself, how beautiful it is, like how diverse everything is. Right? And also the way people's minds work, just listening to that, and even like if someone's just telling you a story or something, don't run away if they say something that you've learned is evil or whatever. Because you might learn something. By staying on that, we will learn a lot on the path of love. That trajectory of love is important. And you know, when you're on that path and not the path of fear, that's whenever divine opportunities show up for you. You know, that's when signs and synchronicities happen and things like that you hear about. The universe works like that. That God is the source of light of this universe, our creator is. And all things really do work together that way. You get more confirmations that way. When you're not living in a fear like that, okay, it's, you know, staying in a situation because you're afraid to move forward another way is living a life of fear. Not speaking up when you have something to say is living a life of fear. If you have something to say, whether it's an opinion or your feelings or your whatever it is, if you have something to share, you know, if you're not doing it with the intention of hurting someone and you hold that in, that's living your life in fear. People are going to have opinions. People are going to disagree with you. People are going to be against you. That's more of the beauty of the diversity here. You might as well just say your truth and how you feel and what you need to say. As long as your intentions are pure and your intentions are good, because that's just going to eat you up inside. It does. It's energy, like we said. It's energy, and it stays there. I know that sounds crazy. But that's kind of what purging is later on. It's a lot of old energy that you've kept inside of you. Toxicity, it becomes toxic. And eventually, you know what? It does manifest physically as sickness and sometimes disease. One of the things that not speaking your truth causes, or being quiet whenever you are holding something in that's important to you, whether it's your feelings or whatever. Like if you had a problem speaking up as a child, or if you were taught not to speak or something like that. You know, if you've ever been in like an abusive relationship where you weren't able to give your opinion and stuff, it clogs you up right here. That's energy that stays here. You know what it leads to? Thyroid problems, recurrent strep throat, things like that. It's real. I don't want that. Not only that, but it would set me off on the wrong path, the path of fear. That's not what I came here to be on. No. In my whole life, I've always known that I had like a divine mission, like a path to follow. And I know that every step that I took and every direction that I went was leading me to that purpose, and it still is. We have a lot of different purposes in our lives and throughout our lives, sometimes more multiple. But we have a divine mission. We came here for something. We did not come here to just eat, sleep, and work, okay? Most of you probably know that, okay? But we each came with a divine soul mission. And you get to it by following the path of love. God is love. And sometimes we can't hear or feel which way is that path clearly because we're clogged up with other stuff. Energy. So that stuff that people were throwing at me, those ascensions, I'm sorry, assertions, oh my gosh, assumptions, wow. Maybe that means something, I don't know. Those assumptions, those, ascensions. They helped me ascend, I don't know. The words, the thoughts, the accusations, all of that stuff. Did I sit on it and hold on to it? No. 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 Did it hurt? Yes. Did it make me question everything? Yes. But if I would have dwelt on it and just sat on it and just let it fester and let it bog me down and just cower down and keep quiet because I didn't want to scare people, I wouldn't be able to know. I would not be able to know which path to follow or how to stay on that trajectory of love. So what I do? I dealt with it. I dealt with it. I felt it and it came to the conclusion as to maybe possibly why they would have thought that. And I get it. Like, so just try to see things from their perspective. And then find what I learned from it. You know? And then realize what it helped me do. And that's how you have gratitude. Because everything that happens in your life, experiences, people, whatever, is something for you. It's for you. And every single person that was that felt like adversity or caused what felt like adversity in my life, especially after I stepped onto, my path, my more, path that was closer to my divine mission, I'm grateful for. Because I would not be able to speak like this in confidence of knowing who I am and who I follow. And what I'm supposed to do. So thank you to each person who's been opposition to me. I've prayed for each of them. You. May you open your minds. May your higher guidance be more clear to you. May your heart be filled with healing energy. May you be shown the parts in your heart and your mind that need healing. May you be filled with the light of love and surrounded by peace. May you come to know your own desires. And may your divine mission and why you came here suddenly become very clear to you.